All right, so thank you all very much for being here in Marrakesh. I think we'll get started, and I'm sure a few more people will be joining. I hope the live stream is also working online, so welcome to those joining virtually to this Building Smart International Summit. Our topic for this summit is the present and the future, enhancing open BIM workflows. We're going to hear quite a lot around, in fact, the past, the present, and the future, and talk a bit about some of the emerging things that are happening at Building Smart. Well, for most of the events that we do, we always have a little fact sheet. Tell me if I'm wrong for anyone local, but Marrakesh was sort of founded around 1070, which actually in England, where I'm from, is the sort of time frame of a famous battle that really is the sort of start of our modern history as well, when we think about that. So quite fascinated there. It's the fourth biggest city in Morocco. And Winston Churchill once said to President Roosevelt, "You cannot come all the way to North Africa without seeing Marrakesh." It's often known as the Red City due to some of the buildings, and it's certainly multilingual in that fact, and that was one of the really important things and the reasons that we wanted to be here, the sort of multilingual nature of it. It's the first summit here in Africa, so I think what a wonderful achievement for us at Building Smart to be delivering the first summit in Africa. And just by way of hands, has anyone been to, has anyone not been to Africa before? Okay, got a few there. Patrick, I'm surprised at that one, so a well-traveled man. What about the first time to Marrakesh? Okay, so quite a few more hands there. So yeah, quite a lot of people here in the room, first time here in Marrakesh. Well, who to ask for help? We have a wonderful team here at Building Smart International and the chapter. Please do ask these people if you are lost or stuck or need some information. Of course, again, thank you to Dan Little for all this hard work in developing this event, and our moderators that will be running a lot of the sessions, the BSI team. We have our professional certification team here as well. There's a booth out there that you can go and talk to, and of course we'll be running the PCERT exams as well. And of course, Najib as well from the chapter if you need anything from there. So thank you all to the team for making this possible. The week at a glance is the usual structure, except we have obviously a new edition. We'll be here today for the opening plenary. Lots of interesting content to be sharing with you today. We have our domain sessions, which is really an opportunity to learn about the work that's happening in the domains, and that will be running for the next 2 days as well. But we also welcome the CIB W78 working group, and we'll be inviting them on stage shortly. But just to say, you know, welcome to everybody contributing there, and we see this as a really good opportunity to combine the excellent work done at CIB and Building Smart and have this synergy between the two organizations. So thank you very much, CIB, for wanting to be part of our event, and certainly welcome you to this event. And of course, we encourage everyone from Building Smart, go and check out their sessions as well. The conference is open, every door is open, maybe apart from PCERT, where you have to register. But other than that, please do enjoy some of the content there as well. You will have seen a few emails about signing up to take part in the foundation exam. You can do that here in Marrakesh, so sign up. There are a few spaces left. We'll be hearing from Hans and Marina a little bit later about the program. We've got some very exciting announcements, but you can take your exam here today at the summit. Of course, the autumn is when we deliver the awards program as well, so there'll be the finalists here as well, and that will take place on Thursday. So also go and check out some of those projects, and good luck to all the finalists. And then many of you will be joining us at the summit dinner at the Beldi Country Club. It's a really wonderful location. We'll be doing the ceremony and the dinner, and that will conclude the event on Thursday. Just a few bits of information. You will have seen an email. If you haven't got that information, please come and see one of us or the staff to talk a bit about that. We have a sort of smart casual dress code. We do have minibus for everybody wanting to go from here to the venue, to the Beldi. So we'll be departing here at 6, the last departure at 6:30. So please make sure of that. Of course, if you want to get a taxi, you also do that. I would recommend haggling on the price if you do get into that discussion. And we will be bringing everybody back from 10:30 till 11:30 on those minibuses as well. So hopefully everybody fully catered for. You'll see the timings of that, and I won't read that for you, but that is in the email as well. I just want to thank our moderators for today. So at our summits, you don't want to always hear from me or someone else. we have a different moderator for each session. So Najib will be talking about the session on the present a bit later on, Susan Keenleside and Jugal Makwana. So thank you to those guys for moderating the sessions a bit later. Just a reminder to download the app, the Ring Central app. It's a great place for you to network, to learn more information about the event. You've got the agenda, and anyone online as well, obviously log in. You can log in through the app. Do check the recipient reply at Ring Central, which is your confirmation. Sometimes it goes into spam. Log in and set up your profile. I'm sure many of you have done that. I'd also like to thank our sponsors. Without them, we wouldn't be able to put these events on, so thank you very much. A lot of the sponsors out there in the tea and coffee area that will be having a bit later, so please do interact with our sponsors, and thank you once again to our gold sponsors, our silver sponsors, and our bronze sponsors. So thank you all for your support, as well as our cocktail sponsors that we'll hear from on Thursday night as well. So yeah, thank you once again to our sponsors. And what's next after this? Well, just wanted to remind you that there is another summit in 6 months in Singapore, so do mark your calendar, 18th to 20th of March 2024. We have a very exciting announcement. Like we're partnering here with CIB, we'll be partnering with Build Tech Asia. We'll make a formal announcement around that, but another opportunity to really broaden out the community into different industries and to connect with more people, which is really exciting. With that, I would like to once again thank the CIB W78 team. I think we have a short video to play first from Robert, who is one of the coordinators alongside Jakob and Jenn. So thanks to the team. Robert was in an accident skiing, I think, a few weeks ago, and unfortunately couldn't travel. But we do have a video to play, and then after that, we'll hear from Jakob, Beetz, and Jenn. So please, if the video is ready, we'll hear from Robert. Okay, if not, maybe Jakob, whilst we get the video ready, and Jenn, you could come up and say a few words. Thank you.
Great, well, welcome. I think we've got some slides coming up.
Yeah. So maybe while we're waiting on the slides, welcome everyone. This is a very special kind of an occasion, something where we haven't never done before. A couple of years ago, and we'll show you some of the introduction slides to what CIB W78 actually is, the Working Group 78. We from time to time team up with other organizations and with sister and brother conferences. And a couple of years ago, we decided that it was such a large overlap between what it is that we're doing in the research domain, in the academic branches, that would be, and what buildingSMART International does, that it would be a very interesting organization to join. The idea over the next couple of days, while we're still waiting for the slides, otherwise we'll just wing it, is to really bring these two communities together. So the buildingSMART International community on the one hand is mostly industry and practitioners, and together with the academic branch. Can I ask by a quickly show of hand, who is here for the CIB W78? For the CIB W78? Yes, that one. Perfect. Thanks. Who's here for the CIB W78? Who's going to present something? So a few. So maybe take a note to find these people later on. And thank you for the slides. And maybe Jenn, you take over.
Great. Well, I think you have figured out that I'm Jenn. This is Jakob. And Rob, hopefully we can get his video greeting online, because it's not a W78 conference without him. I think he's basically been at every one since the beginning. Just to give a quick acknowledgement, so the W78 conference is very much an academic conference. What we're trying to do is shape kind of the future of where we're going to be going in terms of process and project modeling, information management and modeling, digital twins, etc. And it's a peer-reviewed conference. So we actually want to acknowledge the scientific committee who reviewed, well, we had 85 accepted papers. We had well over 100 that were actually submitted. So there's been a lot of effort going into making sure that what you're actually going to be seeing in the next couple of days are actually really high quality, really relevant, really interesting presentations. If you'd like to take out your phones really quickly, you can scan this and get a sense of what's available. So we have the whole schedule online with the abstracts available. And I'll give you just 1 minute for that. And it's going to be really interesting. We've got a lot of parallel sessions that are happening at the same time. So we do have 3 rooms going for most of the session. One of the things I do want to flag is on top of the keynote that you'll actually have as part of this morning's plenary, there's actually a speed dating session tomorrow morning, which is a chance for some of our more junior speakers to actually give pitches, really quick elevator pitches or pitches for their papers. So you can get a really quick sense of what's going to be coming up over the next few days. So please join us from 9 till 10:30 tomorrow. And you can actually get a quick taste of what CIB W78 is all about. Now, just to give you a sense of why we thought it was such a great alignment with Building Smart, if you have a quick look along the left-hand side, and I'm not going to read all of this out, you're going to see some acronyms, some keywords that are very, very relevant to the Building Smart community. And this is just a sampling of the papers that we have that really speak to the Building Smart kind of corpus of knowledge and what's actually happening here on more of the standards development and the industry partnership side. So hopefully that you'll join us for the next few days. And the next couple of conferences we have, so as we said, we're co-hosted with all of you here right now. Next year, we're going to be in Porto with Pedro Mendes, the chair. So please come to Portugal next year, come see us. And 2 years from now, we're actually going to be in New Delhi. So it will be actually quite nice and hopefully a little bit later than August, September, because that's going to be quite hot. So I'm going to hand it over to Jakob for the rest of the presentation.
Thank you very much. And just to give you an idea of what it is, of some of the core content that we're presenting to each other within the academic part of this workshop, we have brought to you the selection of last year's winner of the Chuck Eastman Best PhD Paper Award. As probably all of you know, Chuck Eastman is probably the godfather of everything building information modeling, and he has laid the foundations to that. And so in his, to honor his contributions to the scientific community, which of course we hope kind of trickles down into practice over the years to follow, we are awarding this award every conference in his name. This is I'm not going to play that, but this is his address announcing this when we handed out the award for the first time almost 14 years ago. And because this is, we already always hope that some of the things that we're talking about on the conferences will then come into practice later. And with the current kind of one of the current trends regarding digital twins, one of the key essential things that we have to do in the Building Smart organization is to bring live data into our so far static building models. And what could be better than showing Leshita Schamreis from TU Eindhoven, together with her co-authors Ekaterina Petrova and Peter Pauls, how to actually do this. So where is the digital glue that lends interoperability not only to static building information models, but also to IoT data that then has to get into these models and has to kind of semantically enrich them and to make them actually live. So this is kind of this is if you're looking for what is going to happen next year and the year after that, please come join us. You'll see all sorts of very practical also experiments, lots of things that might be familiar to you, and that might kind of foreshadow what to expect on the next Building Smart conferences. We're very excited about this opportunity to be together with these large audiences. The idea really is to motivate you to jump sessions, right? If you, all of you have lots to do in your domain, in your rooms, in your working groups, but as soon as you see an opportunity in your schedules, please come visit us. All the papers are online, the program, the schedule is online, it's just around the corner. We're a very friendly community, and whenever you see people that you're not familiar with, these are probably the academic community. So thank you very much for Building Smart International also to have us. We're looking forward to very exciting days, and with that, I hand over back to Aidan, I guess. Thank you very much.
Good morning. Welcome to the 41st CIB W78 conference, joint with the Building Smart International Summit. I'm Robert Amor, coordinator of CIB W78 and a professor at the University of Auckland in New Zealand. My apologies for being online and not joining with you this year. As you may have heard, I broke my leg skiing and I'm not allowed to travel for 3 months. I promise to be more careful next year and hope to see everyone in Porto in real life. For those who don't know CIB W78, let me give you a little background before handing over to Jakob and Jenn. CIB is the International Council for Research and Innovation in Building and Construction. It was established in 1953 with United Nations assistance after the Second World War to help with the rebuild of Europe at that stage. And it still holds special UN consultative status. It is formed from a mix of member organizations, about 80 organizations, and many hundreds of individual members. CIB has 40 commissions and task groups who focus on all aspects of building and construction. W78 is one of those commissions. Its remit is IT and construction. We're the largest commission in CIB. We've run a vibrant and successful conference series for 41 years, visiting many exciting countries that our members hail from. I'm sure you'll enjoy Marrakesh. I really wish I was there with you.
All right, so thank you to CIB. Please do go and check out their sessions. I thought it was really nice to see the alignment between the content, which is why in the agenda you'll see topic centers, which is related to CIB. Please, go and check out the sessions and enjoy the content. Right, up next we have Clive Billiald, who's the Chief Executive of buildingSMART International, be providing an update for you. Thank you.
Thanks, Aidan. Right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully that's not too loud. I'll try and talk more quietly. But pleasure to be here. I thought for a moment I'd have Robert behind me actually sort of doing the lip sync for this as well. So I think hopefully we've got the right slides. Excellent. I've got the wonderful job of trying to summarize everything going on in buildingSMART in about 15 minutes. So I think probably strap in is the advice. I will go as quickly as I possibly can. But just to start off with, actually, you know, what makes a summit? And if I could just ask whether this screen can mimic what's behind me to save me looking, that would be brilliant. Thank you. So there's lots of component parts to getting one of these summits to be successful, but I just want to acknowledge sort of three communities, really. The organizers, buildingSMART Morocco, buildingSMART International, who've come together to put this on, actually at shorter notice than some of our summits in the past. Obviously our sponsors, we cannot do it without the generosity of our sponsors. Please spend time with them outside, talk to them, find out more about what they're up to as well, because they've got some fascinating stories to share. And then all of you as well. And it's wonderful this time that we've got other members of our community from CIB as well. But you know, genuinely, thank you so much, all of you, for making this possible. Now, as Aidan said, we've got a few firsts here. This is our very first summit in Africa. Really exciting for us to be able to do that. But also, we've actually got our first board director of buildingSMART International from an African chapter. So Najib from Morocco is now on our board, which is really exciting. It represents his ability to connect us into a different community. And obviously, the collaboration with CIB is a first for us, but really, really exciting. So there's lots of interesting, exciting stuff going on here, and hopefully we'll leave a really strong legacy in this whole region as a result of this summit. So, three things I'm going to cover. Reminder of why we're all here. You probably all have views as to why you're here, but let me see if I can draw some threads between those. What's gone on in the last 6 months? And the answer is an awful lot. And then where we're going next. So I will push through. We'll share these slides online afterwards. So if it's too fast, don't worry. We'll make sure they're accessible to you. But there's a lot of words up here behind me, he says hopefully, which describe some of the business problems that we're here to solve. Because we're not here just to generate research, to generate standards for the sake of it. We're here because we're solving problems facing our entire industry. And all of those words up there actually define some of the problems that we are trying to solve. So hopefully you're all here because you're bought into solving some of these problems. You recognize the challenges and you can help us work together to find solutions. And that leads into our purpose, our vision, our mission. So we have a purpose in buildingSMART, which is really to improve productivity, sustainability, profitability across our global construction, built environment sector. And we do that with this vision in mind of the seamless transfer of trusted information. So there's two bits. There's the interoperability bit of the seamless transfer, but there's also the trust and verification piece of that as well. We have to trust the data we're exchanging. And on the back of that, we have our mission, which is how we go about doing this. And we do it through creating those open digital standards and services that we can all use. So that's why we're here. And the model, the vehicle for that is what we describe as open BIM. And I sort of talk about this with three components. You've got this interoperability part on the right-hand side here, which is that connectivity between your BIM software platforms to allow you to exchange the data. Fine. But there's an enduring aspect of what we do as well, which comes from that word open. So that ensures you haven't got vendor lock-in, you've got long-term access to your data. Really, probably increasingly important actually in this digital age that we're part of. And then we have a responsibility to make this accessible. And by that, I mean easier for you all to adopt within your organizations, within your companies. So for me, accessible in this context is about training and education, supporting standards and services like data dictionaries. It makes it easier to use. So that's the sort of collective package of what we're trying to do. And we do that through quite a few different mechanisms. We have our members. A lot of you in this room represent our membership community. It's arguably the most important part of what buildingSMART is all about. As members, you work with the domains. So these represent individual sectors of industry to come together to solve problems and actually elevate challenges for us to solve globally. We have chapters. So lots of national chapters around the world. I will share the number in just a second, focusing on the use of open BIM within an individual country. We have strategic groups, which is our thought leadership groups, thinking about the future of digital twins and other subjects. We partner with other organizations, ISO and CEN and other standards bodies, for example. And then we deliver work. We have projects, lots and lots of projects, which is the output of standards and services. And then we work with vendors, because unless those standards are adopted by software vendors, there's not a lot of point to them, to be brutally honest. So actually, this is a really synergistic combination and collaboration between developing the standards and making sure that the software companies can actually use them effectively. And then we have operations, so supporting all these services, the training, the data dictionaries and the like. So all of that's going on behind the scenes. So what's changed? This was one of those sections where everyone goes, well, can you just mention this? And can you add that? And by the way, have you thought about this? So there's a lot here, apologies. I'll start off with the product side. So this is actually those standards and services that we produce to try to make life easier for all of you in industry and indeed at academia. And we talk about this in terms of the open BIM workflow. And the workflow starts with defining your information requirements for your project. And we have a standard information delivery specification that we use for that. The final version of that was published since the last summit in June this year. Huge step forward, really important. Next in the workflow is our flagship standard, IFC, where you're actually exchanging data, creating your data sets. We published ISC 4.3, or ISO published it at the very end of March this year. Again, big step forward. Next in the workflow, we have our collaboration tool, BIM collaboration format, to allow individuals to talk to each other, designers to talk to each other within the workflow, looking at the data sets. We've got over 100 software tools integrated with BIM collaboration format now, which is fantastic. Really powerful standard. And then we have a collection of APIs that allow you to publish this information, retrieve this information. We've got 4 of those now published. And then we have supporting standards and services. So we have our buildingSMART data dictionary service, really important. We've seen the usage of that increase 10 times in the last year. That's brilliant. And that's increasing all the time. We've got over 200 dictionaries in that service now for reference. We have a validation service. So you can upload your IFC file to the service. It's free to use, and it'll check whether you're compliant with the standard. Great quality check before you then pass that file to someone else. And we announced recently 3 additional features that we want to develop and deploy as part of that service. So to allow you to receive formal digital certificates to say your file is compliant with the standard, to allow you to run that validation service behind your own company firewall, so you don't have to exchange your IFC files over the internet, important for data security. and also to provide some feedback on your organization. How well is your organization actually exporting these files? Where can you improve your training, for example? All new features we want to develop, but we do need funding to help us do that, hence it's a project. And then we have some enablers, if you will, that allow that workflow to operate. So we have the use case management service, go in, shortcuts and best practice, see what others have done in terms of use case management. We have software certification. It's a tool we've had for a long time in buildingSMART. We're strengthening it at the moment to allow you to select software which is proven to be compatible with the IFC standard. We have an accelerator project where we work with individual companies to actually help implement this whole workflow. And then we capture that best practice and we can share that with others to make anyone else's lives easier as you're adopting this workflow. And then we have training. And there's lots happening in our professional certification and training program. So there are 4 levels to this. If we start on the left over here, entry level. It's a great little course, takes about, I think, an hour to do, something like that. You get a certificate at the end of it. It's a really good entry point into the world of training and certification. That was launched earlier this year. Thousands of people used it already. We have foundation. We've had this for some time now, but we've just released an updated foundation syllabus. Another great step forward. Lots of other countries starting to adopt that with this updated syllabus. We will have a management curriculum developed and published fairly soon. So that's the next one on our hit list. This is for managers of teams who are delivering projects using OpenBIM. And then very excitingly, today, there's lots of todays coming. Today, we have the practitioner international syllabus launched as well. So this has been a long time coming, really exciting, very, very high quality training certification program. It was one of our strategic projects. CRBIM are somewhere in the audience, and they were a very generous sponsor to allow us to accelerate the production of this. So brilliant news to have that out, and you'll hear more about that as the week goes by. Strategic groups. Sustainability, you can find out more on Thursday, later in the week. Done some great work, cross-cutting across all of our domains, looking at life cycle carbon assessment, and actually developing some solutions which plug into that workflow, as you can see there. So some really interesting collaboration with a number of other organizations to find out how you use our tools to advance sustainability. Another strategic group is our BIM and GIS group. They will be meeting this week as well. Published a roadmap earlier this year, now looking for pilot projects to start actually proving how we improve the connectivity between those really important standards. And then digital twins, another first. We're just publishing a paper today, which is the next of a series of papers on digital twins, actually thinking about this from an ecosystem, a system perspective. So important hot topic for all of us. I'd encourage you to attend that session and find out a little bit more. But this is some of the thought leadership that we've seen active in the last few months. Our domain programs have been busy. This is just a snapshot, by no means all. We've had a tunnel project delivering outputs from their work over the last several years, a number of other projects across different domains, publications for regulatory guidelines, electrical domain work, etc. So lots and lots of activity coming to a head within our domain programs. And we've actually invested quite a lot in improving our guidance on our website. So new structure, much better pages that talk you through how to actually make use of these standards and services. So I'd encourage you to get on our website, look up individual standards, individual services like the data dictionary, a great source of material and advice now. And also publications like the annual report, the awards brochures, great source of advice on how to adopt and make use of these tools and techniques. Then obviously exciting that we've got the next iteration of our awards ceremony happening on Thursday this week. So congratulations to all of you who've got this far in the audience. As Aidan said, we'll sort of filter this down to the very final winners on Thursday this week, but exciting times, and these are a great source of best practice that you can all use. Some new members. So we had a new strategic member sign up yesterday, Guangdong Airport Authority, so representing a number of airports within China, and actually we're going to be expanding their membership to bring in Chinese civil aviation sector to really strengthen aviation, but actually buildingSMART as a whole, so really exciting. We've signed an MOU with the Digital Twin Association. Again, digital twins probably doesn't need explanation. really important for some of our domains to remain connected with other organizations with our industry. And we've also just signed an agreement with the Alliance for OpenUSD. So an organization which has technology behind probably most films that you watch today and a lot of the gaming industry, etc. Really important partner when we come to think about IFC 5, the next generation of our standards and services. And you can see here, I won't read it, but we've got a quote from the Chief Technology Officer at Pixar, who's part of that USD Alliance, talking about actually how happy they are to work with buildingSMART, and trust me, we're very happy to be working with them as well. So really exciting to see these technology sort of partners joining what we're trying to do and vice versa over the coming years. So it's brilliant news. We have a new membership category. We have a startup category for the first time, so to allow small, particularly software vendors, to take part in buildingSMART and then obviously grow onto great things. We have a lot of chapters. Started writing this to 34, we're up to 36 as of yesterday. Time flies. So we've had Brazil move from chapter and formation, that early stage, into developing chapter status since the last meeting. We were able to introduce Saudi Arabia as a new chapter over the summer. And yesterday we approved Ecuador as our latest and 36th chapter. So again, really exciting to see this growth in take-up of the work that we're doing. Make sure we tell Carlos in Ecuador that he got a round of applause. I haven't got one yet. Carlos got one there. That's great. Mandates. A really important part of what happens in our world is actually government leadership. Client leadership in issuing mandates and guidance to say use OpenBIM. Well, we've distilled that down into a publication, which again is launched today. Really good source of advice and insight into what countries are doing on this. It's a live document, so there's plenty more that we're just curating at the moment, and we'll update this next year. But again, really important source of advice in terms of how we can actually make this work effectively around the world. So what's coming next? Well, if I think about this, it's about our projects. We have our accelerator projects where we work with individual organizations. Each one is different, and we sort of pick a few targets here where we can really help and gain that best practice. But typically it's a diagnosis of the challenges your business faces, a look at how we can use that OpenBIM workflow to support you, and then backing that up with a bit of access to training and education, etc. One of the biggest ones we presented before was with the Feynman Tunnel, Northern Europe's biggest infrastructure project. Actually, the main deliverable was just last week on that. So I think very successful delivery, waiting for the client feedback on that, but early signs are really promising. So we have these projects. You can see some of the organizations we're working with here going extremely well. So if you're interested, talk to myself or Aidan or other members of the team, and we can talk about exactly what we're doing. We have domain projects. Again, lots and lots of activity there. That's just a snapshot. That's not everything, but that's just some of the projects that are going on within our domains over the coming months. And actually, we're also exploring getting into water utilities, energy, power, transmission, etc. So lots and lots going on within the domains. Again, if you want to know more, join our domains, contact us, get in touch. We can put you in touch with the right people and explain how you can engage. And then we have our strategic projects. So domains cover the sector, strategic projects cover everyone. So these are those common global standards and services. Our strategic projects fall into three categories. Services, where we want to strengthen the data dictionary, validation service, and software certification. Standards, where there's either an evolution of IFC into 4.4, if that's what the market wants, but also development of the next generation IFC 5. And you'll hear more about that this week. So that's the next leap forward in technology. And then a few of these projects around knowledge and education. So professional certification, strengthening that, an enterprise certification, and then actually a team training tool, which is our OpenBIM game, and a way of actually tracking value for money from OpenBIM as well. So lots going on. We need sponsorship and support, contributions in kind and financially to allow us to deliver these. So again, if you can see benefit to your organizations, please get in touch. We can talk to you about, does this fit with what you need? Is it something you could support? And then finally, we have our summits program, We're here now. Fantastic to be in Morocco for the first time. Next, we'll be in Singapore, as Aidan said, and then we'll be in Berlin at the back of next year as well. And then we're looking at the plan for 2026 and beyond, and just firming that up at the moment. So again, please take part, get involved. With that, sorry for the rush. It's lovely to see you all. Thank you for joining us today. I will be around all week, so come and find me, have a chat to myself or the rest of the team if you need, and enjoy the rest of the conference. Thank you.
Thanks, Clive. Lots to share, lots we're publishing today, so please check our website. We'll publish a lot of those materials today. We're actually struggling with some of the uploads, but they will be on at some point this morning for all those documents we mentioned. All right, so I think now we will hand over to the Moroccan chapter. I'd just like to say thank you very much to Najib and Dr. Youssef from the chapter. I'm going to welcome you both up on stage now to give an introduction, but thank you for having us. Thank you for welcoming us to this wonderful city, and please, the floor is yours.
Pour passer là, c'est... Good morning, everyone. It's an honor for me to be here in this international event, the buildingSMART International Summit, which is being held in Africa for the first time right here in Morocco. Allow me to briefly introduce myself. My name is Youssef Ganadi, and I'm a president of buildingSMART Morocco, the first African chapter of buildingSMART International. I want to begin with an important question. Why have we chosen Africa to host this significant event? According to the United Nations, more than 50% of the global population now lives in cities, which occupy only 3% of the Earth's land area. This urban growth is rapidly accelerating. These phenomena are even more pronounced in Africa. The continent is experiencing urban expansion. Projections suggest that by 2050, Africa's urban population will triple, growing from 1.2 billion to nearly 2.5 billion people. These mean Africa is at the forefront of a monumental challenge, but also holds a unique opportunity to rethink the future of its cities. This is where OpenBeam and the smart transition play a crucial role. Our mission is contribute to this transformation. In 2018, I contributed to the founding of my African Competition Association. Since then, our mission has been clear: to address these challenges through a smart and sustainable transition in both urban planning and the construction sector. Our approach is bottom-up, focused on close collaboration between public institutions, society institutions, and the private sector to support them in navigating this vital challenge. In 2022, my African competition reached a historic milestone by joining buildingSMART International, becoming the first African chapter and the second Arab chapter after the United Arab Emirates. I now give the floor to my colleague Najib Adouane, who will tell you about the evolution of my African competition.
So, welcome everyone. I'm very happy and very glad to be with you today. It was a long way to have this summit here. And thank you, buildingSMART International, for giving us this chance to have this summit here that will bring, that is bringing all the community to exchange and share knowledge and also be familiar what is going on in Africa and in Morocco. So I'm Najib Adouane. I'm the head of digital delivery at GEZA, and I'm serving also as Vice President and Director of buildingSMART Morocco, and I was recently elected as Board Director of buildingSMART International. So, there is a mismatch, okay. So once we created this chapter, we start thinking about how we can impact the whole ecosystem in Morocco, and we start thinking about aligning all the stakeholders together. We did a lot of effort, around 2.5 years, just to bring in these ideas in life. And today we can say that we have a big commitment with all the parties, and we will see that also the ministries and federations are committed with us today, and we will start a new era, inshallah, just after this summit. So in 2022, we start our activity, and let's talk about Morocco, why this event is being held here. So Morocco is recognized as a leader in several sectors, and due to its strategic location, it is considered a gateway to Africa in general. Moreover, just a few days ago, the Minister of Digital Transition unveiled the Digital Morocco 23 roadmap strategy, which aims to position Morocco as a digitally productive nation. We have already implemented some strategic actions. To support this mission. The white paper we have developed is a comprehensive and outlining a smart transition strategy for Morocco, real estate and infrastructure in Morocco. And here we are bringing how we can help the Moroccan strategy of e-government with the digitalization of the building permits, and how all the ecosystem will collaborate to support this transformation. So this white paper outlines what is going on globally and in Africa, and especially in Morocco, because already we have some digitized aspects like for digital permit, but it's not linked to really to the 3D IFC models. And this is our aim, is to bring this digital permits and enhance it and have a more digitized way to execute our projects. Today, thanks to the global community and the collaboration with several chapters, we were supported by buildingSMART Italy at the beginning, and with the buildingSMART Switzerland, and we are open to all the other chapters. And we have the privilege of hosting key representatives from the most important public and private entities in Morocco today, along with international figures who will help us to shape the future on African cities. In conclusion, I want to emphasize the importance of this event and its impact. This is not just a conference, but a platform to discuss, learn, and take action to the future of our cities. Together, we can build a smarter, more sustainable, and resilient urban future for Africa and the world. Thank you for your attention, and enjoy your time in Marrakesh. And in continuance to our presentation, I will give the floor to Mr. Lahcen Maazizi, Director of Technical Affairs and the Relations with the Profession from the Ministry of Equipment and Water. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I am Lahcen Maazizi, Director of Technical Affairs and Professional Relations at the Ministry of Equipment and Water in Morocco. Mr. Nizar Baraka, our Minister, extends his sincere apologies for being unable to attend due to prior commitments and sends his best wishes for the success of this important summit. I am deeply honored to take part in this international event, which serves as a crucial platform for advancing global collaboration in the digitalization of construction and infrastructure projects. I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the organizers for their warm welcome and exceptional organization. I am delighted to share with you an ambitious vision for the future of the construction ecosystem in the Kingdom of Morocco. In Morocco, we are at the decisive crossroads, facing global challenges and opportunities for transformation through innovation and resilient development. Morocco offers political stability, a growing economy, and a prime geostrategic location. The country benefits from a favorable business environment, qualified workforce, world-class infrastructure, reliable telecommunications, and developed industrial areas. It is a key platform that provides access to Africa's untapped economic potential. Morocco offers investors access to a free trade market of 51 countries, representing 1 billion consumers. The construction sector is crucial for Morocco's economy, contributing over 6% of GDP and generating nearly 12% of jobs. In 2024, 24% of GDP will be invested into the economy through public procurement. This sector aims to stimulate the resilient development of the Kingdom of Morocco. Infrastructure plays a crucial role in national development. It is a key driver of economic growth, with the strong correlation demonstrated between public investment in infrastructure and GDP growth. Like many other countries, Morocco construction sector has been impacted by global crises such as COVID-19 and Russia-Ukraine conflict. However, recent development indicate a strong recovery. In the first half of 2024, construction activity showed significant improvement with key metrics like cement and asphalt sales and jobs creating exceeding those of the last half of 2023. The sector is projected to maintain this progress with an expected annual growth rate of 5.5% for 2024. Morocco has launched profound changes in all socioeconomic sectors. Several development projects are underway. Among others, I cite infrastructure projects for the 2025 African Cup of Nations and 2030 World Cup, the post-earthquake reconstruction in Al Haouz, strategic agreement 2024-2029 between Morocco and the UAE, Emirates, sector strategic of infrastructure, etc. Morocco has developed significant conventional water resources, including 154 large dams with the storage capacity of 20.7 billion cubic meters, 146 dams, small dams, and 17 water transfer projects. In addition to this, Morocco has invested in unconventional water solutions, such as 15 desalination plants that produce 192 million cubic meters per year. The reuse of 35 million cubic meters per year of wastewater. The National Water Plan 2020-2050 focus on 3 case priorities: strengthening water supply, improving demand management, and protecting water resources and ecosystem while managing extreme weather events. In line with this, the 2020-2017 National Program for Drinking Water Supply and Irrigation has allocated 1.43 billion USD to support this objective. Regarding the roads sector, Morocco has a classified road network covering 57,300 kilometers, of which 84% are paved. This network includes 15,700 engineering structures. Morocco is working on an ambitious plan to modernize its road network, aiming to better connect regions and boost its economic growth. The project Tisnit Laayoune Expressway is one of major projects in the Sahara of Morocco under construction. It covers a total distance of 1,055 kilometers, and it estimated to cost $1 billion. It will allow the southern regions of Morocco to fully play their role as an anti-regional gateway, an African economic hub, and a link with Europe. And for the highways sector, the Moroccan highway network currently has 1,800 kilometers. The target of the highway development plan is to expand the network by launching an additional 1,700 kilometers of highway, aiming to reach a total of 3,500 kilometers by 2035. In relation to the port sector, Morocco maritime infrastructure includes 3,500 kilometer coastline, 43 ports, 73 kilometers of breakwaters, 65 kilometers of quays, and a potential annual capacity of 300 million tons. National Port Strategy by 2030 involves the construction of 5 new ports, significant extension to 5 existing ports, and the integration of 4 ports into their urban environment. This strategy includes projects currently under construction, as well as others in the study phase. The new port of Dakhla Atlantic is one of major projects in the Sahara of Morocco, currently under construction with first phase cost of $1.26 billion. It will have annual capacity of 35 million tons. Ladies and gentlemen, this project will transform the Morocco economy by increasing its growth potential and competitiveness, but they also pose significant challenges for the construction ecosystem. These challenges include increasing production capacity, access to financing, training of human resources, adoption of new technologies, promotion of green construction, adaptation to international standards, ensuring workers' safety, simplifying administrative process, and the crucial challenge of dematerialization. Like other industries, construction clients want tailored products and flexible high-quality service. Projects should be modular and connected to the Internet of Things, IoT, to track performance, save energy, improve safety, and protect users' health. The digital transformation of the Ministry of Equipment and Water contribute to the digital development of the construction sector and the country as a whole through three main axes. First axe, administrative efficiency, the digitalization of processes, reduce delays and cost, freeing up resources for innovation and support for businesses. Second axe, accessibility of services. The online provision of administrative services facilitates access for citizens and business, as exemplified by Portnet, a national single window for a trade and the qualification and classification system of companies. Other online services are also being launched, including authorization granting systems, classification system for inconvenient or dangerous establishment, expropriation management system, quarry management system, accreditation systems for the inspection of elevators and lifts. Third axe, open data. The availability of public data promotes transparency and innovation, enabling companies to develop new services. The ministry has significant open data potential, including data on roads, hydrometry, and geographic information. This digital transformation is essential for enhancing the efficiency, accessibility, and transparency of service in the construction sector. Morocco's construction sector has implemented a system that involves pre-selecting companies for public tenders. Its aim is to create a standard framework for classifying and qualifying participants. The system covers 26 sectors of activity with 154 qualifications. Currently, around 8,000 companies, 40 construction laboratories are qualified, and 800 technical design offices are approved. Also working in the sector, 4,000 architects and 1,250 topographic engineers. A strategic vision has been created to address these challenges, focusing on modernizing the sector and promoting excellence. A program contract was signed between the government and the Construction Federation to realize this vision. In this context, the construction sector now has an ambitious roadmap covering all areas of the ecosystem. As part of this vision, a profound reform was made in 2023 to the Moroccan Public Procurement Code. The main aspects concerned are the improvement of the procedure of evaluation competitors' offers, the promotion of national preference, the introduction of new public procurement methods to increase competition and support small and medium-sized businesses. This reform aims to consolidate result-based management, guarantee the efficient use of public funds, and strengthen the integrity and the accountability of the system. Another significant measure has been introduced, setting the participation conditions for companies not based in Morocco in public tenders. In Morocco, non-local competitors are eligible to participate in all tenders where the estimated value is equal to or exceeds $1 million for works contracts and $100,000 for supply and service contracts. When competitors not established in Morocco bid for market, preference is given to offers presented by competitors established in Morocco. These provisions do not apply to the group of companies when one of its members is established in Morocco, provided that the share holds in the group is equal to or greater than 30%. In conclusion, The vision for the construction sector in Morocco is based on strong partnership between public and private entities, ensuring a prosperous and sustainable future. Dematerialization plays a crucial role in this transformation by enhancing efficiency, reducing waste, and facilitating communication. By prioritizing dematerialization, the Moroccan construction sector can adapt to environmental challenges and changing demands, ensuring its long-term success. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you so much.
Merci Najib. Barakallahu.
Thank you for your support and for being with us here. We know that you have a very busy agenda, but thank you so much. And now we will give the stage to Ms. Loubna Loutfi, Head of Division on the Ministry of Spatial Planning, Urban Planning, Housing and City Policy.
Petit truc. Là, j'en ai besoin. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Happy to be here and to participate to this summit. Really, I want to tell you that it's an incredible and it's a very good opportunity to host this event this year in our beautiful and amazing country. You're welcome. Today's presentation is going to focus on digitalization for intelligent urban planning and management planning. As you know, and in application of the Royal Directives on the importance of the digital transition as a catalyst for growth, in which His Majesty King Mohammed VI, may God be his witness, called for the use of digital technologies to increase efficiency, to promote the quality of services provided to citizens, and boost the country's development and economy, the Ministry of National Town and Country Planning, Urban Planning, Housing and Urban Policy has launched a project to dematerialize many services. So, also as part of the government's eGov digital strategy and with a view to setting up a digital administration at the service of citizens and investors, this ministry has put in place a digital vision focused on operational projects to improve the quality of interactions between citizens and administration and to enhance the productivity and the competitiveness. The aim was to make planning information available to users and provide them with reliable data on a national site web where all the data is assembled. With the support of 29 urban agencies, Ta'mir was created in 2020, giving rise to electronic platform and offering services related to urban planning professions, including the possibility of consulting approved urban planning documents from a central website with a free access to the urban planning information node. This platform can be used to highlight a range of urban planning documents and indications, in particular the percentage of municipality covered by an approved urban planning documents, and also a percentage of economic zones, public facility, and green spaces in a specific area planned by an approved urban planning document. In addition to the town planning information, Ta'mir is also used to request, pay, and issue the planning information note, which is a mandatory administrative document for sale and purchase transaction. It also offers an integrated digital solution to the 29 urban agencies that will simplify and speed up the appraisal process while improving the quality and providing a means of sharing the opinions of the various members in the process. This solution involves retrieving the file to be appraised from Rojas, another platform, to Ta'mir, establishing a projection and automatic cross-referencing of the project with the planning document, retrieving the history of the project in terms of appraisal and planning information notes, carrying out the legal and technical appraisal simultaneously, consolidating the opinion of the urban agency, validating it, and signing the comment note which will be sent to Rojas in final. Also, a system of metrics for monitoring the activities of the urban agencies has been in place since 2020, enabling monthly indicators to be collected relating the urban and management planning in urban and rural areas. In the future, so in 2025, the ministry is planning to set up new services relating to Ta'mir, including an investment portal, which will highlight the investment opportunities available in a specific area, such tourism, such logistic area, commerce, etc. Other ongoing projects consist on the dematerialization of town planning documents processes, in particular public inquiry, which consists of gathering public opinion on a town planning document before it's approved. This procedure that requires being present in the authorities local to register the request will be dematerialized in 2025, and the request will be registered on Ta'mir from everywhere in the world. Also, the ministry plans a repositioning program of the urban agency and set up only 12 regional urbanism of housing and housing agencies with 100% digital structures and dematerialized services. Before concluding, I would like to inform you that the Digital Morocco 2030 strategy has just been published. It focused on two important keys, that it's digitalizing public services to better service citizens and businesses by setting up a single portal and boosting the digital economy to produce Moroccan digital solutions and create value and jobs. I would like to thank you now for your attention and wish you a successful summit and a pleasant stay in Morocco. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Merci.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you so much. And now we will give the floor to Mr. Dear President of the Moroccan Federation of Consultancy and Engineering, Mr. Nabil Benazzouz.
Allah يبارك فيك. Merci Loubna Loutfi. Enchantée.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. I am Nabil Benazzouz. I am manager of consultancy and expertise company known as IDAFA, which try to optimize big projects, in fact, infrastructure projects in Morocco. According to my path, to my professional path, the real problem that we face in big projects, especially strategic projects, is not technical problems, but especially governance problems and management problems. And what can tools of smart building can help is about this, to improve this management and to improve communication between stockholders. I am also presenting the Moroccan Federation of Consulting and Engineering, which gather all consultants' offices, laboratories, evaluation offices, etc., and which represent more than 80% of the business volume in Morocco. Today, I am happy to be with you and to share this discussion and the exchange that was described by the first presenter, to share with you our challenges in Morocco and how engineering can help to have real smart building, but smart with a big S, with authenticity, with depth vision, deep vision, and not only gadget approach or fashion approach. What we try to do in the federation is how to make engineering providing this plus to the smart building. As you know, engineers try to transform the physical structure and mechanical systems to the software platforms that automate and optimize performance. Without engineering expertise, the intelligent integration of technology that defines smart buildings would not be possible. Engineers across various disciplines collaborate to make this building more efficient, safe, and responsive to responsive to needs of their occupants. Almost all of our 8 college clusters, civil engineering, hydraulic, agriculture, etc., are concerned by this issue. Civil and structural engineers play a key role in designing the physical aspects of smart buildings. They ensure the building is structurally sound while incorporating spaces that can support integrated systems. As well, electrical engineers are responsible for the design and implementation of the electrical system that power smart buildings. These engineers integrate energy efficient lighting, renewable energy sources, and you know Morocco has an agency specialized in energy efficiency and also agency about nuclear energy, and also and of course the Ministry of Energy Transition. So we try to accompany the public effort in this issue. Mechanical engineers focus on systems like heating, ventilation, and air conditioning in smart buildings. They design energy efficient systems that are optimized through automation and control systems. Environmental and sustainability engineering, of course, they are involved. And last but not the least, software engineers and telecommunication engineers are directly involved in this issue. So our role within the federation is to develop this engineering with enough depth, as I said, and authenticity far from any gadget approach. So we try to answer to some questions. I have 5 questions that we try to answer, and I know it's not so easy, not only in Morocco but all over the world. So how to enhance occupant well-being rather than simply adding smart technologies? You know, the citizens need to have the well-being more than any technological gadget. Second question, how to incorporate materials, design, elements, and technologies that are appropriate for the climate, social values. The South, for example, in South region in Morocco is the best example. So we haven't to imagine any smart building without taking count about climate, about traditional habits, about ways to how to build, because we should not only use local materials, but especially local methods of construction. Otherwise, we will move all the population. So it's very important to fix population on their region. And the third question is how to balance technology and human experience. And you know, in this issue, human experience is very valuable things and the best tool that we can have to face all the challenges that we have. Fourth question, how to choose innovation materials or smart upgrades in harmony with the original materials. You know, in Marrakesh, I hope for you that you'll have a happy stay. You will visit some places, and Marrakesh is well known. It's famous because there's a minimum of preservation of this authenticity, of this traditional architecture, and how to make harmony between this history and the modern life, and why not the smart life. And I think, according to my opinion, the best smart way is to take count about the history, to develop it in harmony with everybody, and not to choke with new methods that can be harmful for the population. And the last question, how to make building design reflecting their stated environmental, social, and operational goals, avoiding the greenwashing, the clay washing, and I can say many times, clay washing is just to paint the walls with the red color, and it will seem as a local material. So thank you very much for listening, and we will continue to exchange with you your ideas and opinions. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Merci.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Nabil, for your commitment and your support. And now we will give the floor to Mr. Oussama Kabbaj, the director of the National Federation of Constructors and Public Works.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Hello, everyone. So, it's an honor for me to be here at the buildingSMART International Summit. So I will try to first let me present myself. I'm Oussama Kabbaj. I'm the managing director of the National Federation of Construction and Public Works. So our federation brings together more than 2,000 of the leading construction companies in Morocco. So I will try to present our national construction economy by discussing the construction and public works sector in Morocco, our national construction companies, the Moroccan context, the BIM adoption in Morocco, and the strategic initiatives for the Moroccan constructions. So the construction and public works sector plays an important role in our national economy. It serves a strategic level for the economic and social development. Regarding the economical dimension, it represents a high added value, a significant contribution to the GDP, around 6%, and a strong contribution to the fixed capital formation. This sector is vital in implementing the state strategies that drives the Moroccan economy growth. Regarding the social dimension, the sector is a key driver for the social economy, employing more than 1.2 million people and creating significant opportunities for social development, providing jobs in both rural and urban areas. So regarding our national construction companies, our national companies are a major asset for executing public investments, offering several benefits such as diversification, active across all subsectors, expertise, capable of delivering a large-scale infrastructure projects, international expansion, active across Africa, and open for global markets. Organization, major companies are grouped under a national federation. There is also a historic context looking for ahead to the future. Several large-scale investments are being implemented by the government. We discussed about World Cup infrastructure, large-scale public equipment, high-speed train and stations, stadiums, towers, highways, and more. So this context presents a historic opportunity for the development of the construction companies throughout these decades. However, sustaining this growth and meet the future challenges require not only embracing change, but also driving innovation. And the key step toward this future is adopting BIM, or open BIM. In Morocco, BIM, it's not an obligation, but it has been used since 2014, mainly for large-scale projects. And here is some example of finalized projects and future projects. There is the Grand Theater of Rabat, the Mohammed VI Tower, and the future stadiums of Gaza and Tangier. There is also another big project, the Ibn Sina Hospital in Rabat. It's a very big project that are in Rabat. So our strategies, as other countries, the main current challenges facing our sector are enhancing productivity, improving safety and quality, and ensuring the ecological transition, and developing the human resources capital. So the main areas for development are investing in digitalization, and we discussed this earlier with Mr. Lahcen Maazizi, and investing in human resources training and ensuring skill development. We discussed also this before. And the third area is investing in ecological transition. So this will lead a sustainable sector development. Like any significant transformation, the path to BIM implementation will come with challenges. Many companies, like especially small and medium-sized ones, are hesitant to adopt this technology due to initial costs and resistant to change. At FNBPT, we recognize these concerns and are committed to support the sector through this transition. The actions to be implemented are the use of BIM in all procurement processes, intensify BIM training across the sector, organize more events to raise the awareness about the necessity of adopting this technology, to improve quality, productivity, and reduce costs, and leadership by establishing a national and international partnerships to support the Moroccan construction ecosystem in its digital transition. So today we are building the future of the construction with technology as the foundation and BIM as the driving force to achieve our goals for this decades and beyond. Positioning Morocco as the leader in this field across the African continent. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Kabbaj. If you can just wait for us a little bit. So, and I will ask Mr. President of the Federation, Mr. Nabil Benazzouz, and Mr. Youssef Ganadi to come on the stage, please, because today is very special day and
very special.
Special summit, and we are going to officialize our collaboration with these federations, signing a convention today. So it will be a big milestone for the open BIM approach just after the summit, and also with the support of the ministry, we will try to bring these open BIM standards in life, to switch from closed BIM to real open BIM. So all the projects that you have seen are already done with BIM, but it's the closed one. And today, just talking about the railway projects, we have till now 3 Chinese companies and 1 Moroccan company. The 2 Chinese companies, we start to talk with them and with buildingSMART China and CRBIM to see how we can influence the use of open BIM, because they are already adopting the open BIM standards in their usual workflow. And we are trying to get a chance in contact with our national company of railways to make it happen, inshallah. Youssef? Okay. So thank you so much for being with us and for supporting us and for having this big milestone today to move forward in a successful digital transformation in Morocco, inshallah.
Yes. Stylo.
Thank you so much. We need to sign digital way, not with the pens, but we will do it later. Next summit. Yeah.
C'est qu'il y a un petit problème avec l'impression. Il y a un petit problème avec l'impression. Ouais, tu fais OK, fédération. C'est long. Non. Ouais, c'est la dernière. Je
I need the title of Hassan Radoine, please. Can you send to me? CCT now. You have it in WhatsApp or something?
C'est pas là. OK.
Yeah, exactly.
C'est bon. C'est bon.
Music.
Je fais Adi presque fait Anna, je pense. Un peu celui-là.
Today we will start this new era of collaboration. Thank you so much, Mr. Oussama. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Mr. Nabil Benazzouz. Thank you so much. And now we will give the floor to Mr. Hassan Radoine, the Managing Director of M6P, City of SA, pour la planification du territoire for territory planification, integrated territorial planification, and smart cities. Welcome to the stage. Thank you so much.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. It's hard to be the last one, but I'm pleased to see such amazing, inspiring speeches in this opening ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, esteemed colleagues, good morning and warm welcome to all of you. It is with a great pleasure and honor that I stand before you today at this opening ceremony of the buildingSMART International Summit here in the beautiful city of Marrakesh. I would like to extend my deepest gratitude to the organizers, buildingSMART International and its Moroccan chapter. I would like to thank indeed my colleagues Youssef, Ganadi, and Najib, Adouane for this amazing achievement. Congratulations. Of course, your efforts in promoting open beam versus closed beam, and the two terms means open, more flexible, more communicative, multiple softwares, and I think this is hence the complexity. And fostering global collaboration are truly commendable. I would also like to acknowledge the significant contribution of International Council for Research and Innovation in Building and Construction and its working group 78, which focuses on IT and construction. Your partnership enriches this summit by bridging the gap between industry, innovation, and academic research, creating a platform where ideas can flourish and transformative solutions can emerge. Allow me to offer a special welcome to the representatives of our Moroccan state institutions, professional federations present today. The Ministry of Equipment and Water, the Ministry of Spatial Planning, Urban Planning, Housing and City Policy, the Moroccan Federation of Consultancy and Engineering, and the National Federation of Buildings and Public Works. Your participation underscores collective commitment we share in advancing the construction industry in Morocco and beyond. Let me present who I am and where I am now. I'm at Mohammed VI Polytechnic University, which is actually a pioneering university in Morocco now, in a little town that was a little town, Ben Gurir, and is becoming now a central town internationally for research, innovation, technology for the service of sustainable development of Morocco and Africa-wise. I'm Hassan Radoine. I was the ex-director of the School of Architecture, Planning and Design, and now I'm the managing director of CityNov. The acronym means City Innovation. Morocco and Africa needs innovation in making their cities sustainable, resilient, and why not smart. So the subsidiary of the Mohammed VI Polytechnic University, sponsored by the group OCP, specialized in integrated territorial planning and smart cities. We do understand, please, we can be very talented engineers optimizing every single resource in a building, but you should not forget a beautiful building, well optimized, does not make a good city, as is the case of Morocco. All buildings are authorized, all buildings are designed, but the sigma of these buildings are given ugly landscape everywhere because of these concrete boxes. They are duplicated everywhere. So please, BIM is good, but what for? So therefore, it is both a privilege and responsibility to address this gathering of thought leaders, innovators, and experts who are shaping the future of the built environment. And indeed, without open BIM, without other softwares, without other digital means, we cannot reach a lot of outcomes, including resource optimization, materials efficiency, structural systems optimization, human experience, and hence the buildings, they are not just a concrete box, but indeed a whole realm where sustainability and resilience is a must. And we had this catastrophic earthquake in El Haus in the Atlas Mountains, and we could see that we are far from optimizing the way we build everywhere in Africa. I'm not talking about the global north, I'm talking about the global south. And they think BIM or open BIM, be it closed or open, they are more complex in developing countries, poor countries, than in European countries where everything is clear. And of course, the equation is clear and the arithmetic is clear if we talk even about artificial intelligence. So at Citinov, what we do, we are a big enterprise. But the good news, we are a university enterprise. That means we are linking research action to the field, to the ground. And this is, I think, very important. So our mission is to bridge the gap between the research and, of course, academia around architecture, engineering, and construction. And we're very specialized in AEC industry. We strive to transform theoretical research into practical applications, ensuring that innovation does not remain confined within the walls of universities, but reaches the communities and industries that can benefit most from it. We are dedicated to disrupting traditional practices in territorial development and construction ecosystems through holistic sustainability and systemic smart innovation. And hence, a little detail that we neglect is not just when we go to fancy projects to apply BIM, but open BIM as a tool for research to do more analysis of the existing building parks. And we're not here just dealing with fancy projects, and unfortunately, open BIM or BIM is now applied only for mega project or a certain kind of size of project, but is not applied to micro project. And I think this is a challenge to make it, of course, accessible to all social strata and all kind of project. In this way, we are looking for as well for the city performance, urban performance, territorial performance that are also very important. So by leveraging both low and high tech solutions, we aim to foster the rise of smarter cities and the high performance construction industry. Our work is deeply entrenched in the exploration of advanced technologies such as geospatial tools, augmented and virtual reality, building information modeling, city information modeling. I think building information modeling is a must to master the performance of a building, but we should not keep this communication with the city information modeling. And digital twins for the smart planning, design, construction, and operation of the built environment. Through the incubation of innovative technologies, business models, and entrepreneurial ventures, Citinov positions itself as a catalyst for transformation in the construction industry at the level of OCP Group and its network of cities. And now OCP is launching 3 more smart cities, sustainable cities, as been agreed. But actually this model, not like the model of Les Villes Nouvelles, the previous generation of Villes Nouvelles, and we've seen the results, but actually what are the new smart cities that are actually around knowledge, around research, around innovation, and how the economy of knowledge can actually generate new cities in Morocco that would be a catalyst for territorial innovation and sustainable development. So let me give you my insight on the evolution of BIM standards at the global and local perspective. As we gather here to discuss the present and the future, enhancing open BIM workflows, it is imperative to reflect on the remarkable journey of BIM standards on both the international and Moroccan scenes. Globally, We have witnessed significant advancement in the approval and publishing of standards such as AFC 4.3 and IDS. These developments have not only enhanced the accessibility of OpenBeam workflows, but also brought tangible benefits to end users by fostering clarity, confidence, and consistency. And you understand, you are all esteemed experts, and you know all these softwares, their main issue is actually the data consistency, data integration, and of course, how to master the processes of using data to get to operational models to control, monitor how the sector of buildings construction, and why not at the scale of the urban scale. So we are in Morocco, we are embarking on an ambitious digital transformation journey epitomized by the recently announced national strategy, Morocco Digital 2030. This strategy is poised to have a profound impact on the construction sector by promoting the adoption of digital technologies, enhancing productivity, and encouraging sustainable practices. The integration of BIM standards into our national framework is a crucial step towards modernizing our construction industry. And please, we should not forget, we are a developing country, as in other countries in Africa, where the informal sector is still there, where the rural realm is still there. So we should not actually be too optimistic, of course, not to be also too pessimistic, but we should not talk about a certain luxurious standard, but actually our challenge all how to get this digital means into action in all levels of our society. So at CITINOV, we are committed to supporting this transformation by providing expertise, training, and innovative solutions that align with both national goals and international practices. So important. So the importance of open BIM and data interoperability. The theme of this summit underscores the critical importance of open BIM and data interoperability in revolutionizing construction industry. Open BIM facilitates seamless collaboration by enabling different software platforms to communicate effectively, thereby reducing errors, saving time, and lowering costs. Data interoperability is not just a technical necessity. It is strategic imperative for achieving sustainability and efficiency in our project. By embracing open standard, we empower all stakeholders, from the architects, engineers, to contractors and facility managers, to contribute meaningfully to the life cycle of a building or infrastructure project. This collaborative approach is vital for addressing the complex challenges, not only at the scale of the construction, but also urbanization, climate change, and resource optimization. You know that Morocco, we're facing drastic water scarcity, and I think the problem, of course, is scarcity of materials, and this is why BIM is not like the BIM of execution, but you know, the BIM design, the BIM construction, or the BIM manager, the BIM construction, and I think very important to understand all the processes, how can BIM can upgrade the performance of designers, constructors, etc. So what we've done so far with CITINOV at Mohammed VI Polytechnic University. So at CITINOV, we are proud to be at the forefront of pioneering research and pilot projects related to sovereign issues, such as the monitoring of territorial performance, where data interoperability and the adoption of open BIM standards are key of aggregating various sectorial indicators, spatial scales, into a single comprehensive view of territorial dynamics. So you see, I think we should be very careful not to be technicists. Of course, the softwares are there, but we need to communicate between all other softwares to create a holistic performance. Flagship projects that we've set up: Geoportal and Territorial Vulnerability Simulator for the regions of Rahamna and Al Hawz. We set up the digital twin of the green city of Ben Guerir, Of course, we've launched an executive master, beam to seam, from building performance to territorial management. And of course, the new book coming out is on territorial performance and building monitoring through BEAM. I will end here. So some of the events: BEAM Africa Summit, Africa Smart City Forum, and the upcoming 12th International Conference of ASCAD, Computational Design and Territorial Performance. In conclusion, I would like to thank you all. I'm sorry, a bit long, but you exceeded the previous ones. They've been long. I would like to thank the organizers, and they think the Open BEAM. Thanks, of course, to buildingSMART International. Thank you, our colleagues who organized this event, and we are open for any collaboration. And thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Over time. Is my mic working? Thank you very much. Apologies a little over time. You'll be wondering why I'm wearing this very shortly. This beautifully handmade fez is available for every attendee. Please go and get it out in the coffee break area. Please wear it with pride. It is very beautiful. I'm sure I look very stupid in it, but that's okay. We're going to take the full 30 minutes now, so we will reconvene in 30 minutes, which is 11:25. We will try to make some time up a little later, but please go and enjoy coffee and go through there. Thank you all very much for your speakers. Thank you very much.